The world beyond capitalism. A playful place, a place of fun, a dancing world of bright colours, a world in which we bubble and overflow into one another and beyond. A world without hard lines, a world in which identities exist only to be transcended. A world in which the basis of human existence is not identity but the mutual recognition of our dignities. Not I am, you are, but I, you, we do create, become. A different form of organization of our doing, a different form of coming together. The mutual recognition of humans and also, in a different way, the mutual recognition of human and non-human forms of life. Nonsense, of course, were it not for the fact that it already exists as potential, as rebellion, as the force of the not yet in the present. To find the world that could exist after capitalism, we must look to the anti-worlds already being created in countless struggles against capitalism, countless cracks in the texture of capitalist domination. A world beyond capitalism can only be a distillation of the dreams dreamt against oppressions, a redemption of the longings of all who have struggled for a better world. Look, then, to the experimental anti-worlds being created in the struggles against capitalism, to the assemblies that characterize the Occupy movement and its rejection of representative democracy, to the protests against guns and violence and war, to the movements not just against male domination but for the overcoming of all classification of people by sex and sexuality, to the millions who fight against the destruction of the earth by developing a different conviviality with non-human forms of life, to the constant push for living in a time liberated from the clock, in a space freed from the measuring rod, to the constant drive inseparable from our humanity to determine our own doing. In the cracks, in the refusals and creations, in the anti-worlds of daily struggles, that is where the possible and urgently necessary world beyond capitalism is to be found. Think of these two images. In the July Revolution of 1830, according to Walter Benjamin, on the first evening of fighting, it turned out that the clocks in towers were being fired on simultaneously and independently from several places in Paris. In one interview, when Subcomandante Marcos is asked what his dream of a future society is, he says that the society for which the Zapatistas struggle would be like a cinema program in which they could choose to live a different film each day, that the reason they have risen in revolt is that for the past 500 years they have been forced to live the same film over and over and over again. Indeed, at the height of the struggles in Athens in December 2008, the people tore down the walls of a car park and turned it into a communal garden in the middle of the city, Navarino Park, a place for enjoyment, for children to play, a place for growing vegetables, holding meetings, playing music. That is communism. That is the world we want. In a neighborhood assembly, during the uprising in Argentina 10 years ago, an elderly lady spoke up and said that she had lost her dog. The political activists objected that that was not on the agenda, but the assembly organized a search for the dog and found it. That is communism. That is the possible world of the future.